Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, and welcome to the Think Revert YouTube channel where we talk about the religion of Islam from a convert's perspective. Today we're going to be doing a follow-on video to the Learn to Pray Step by Step and Word by Word video that I previously uploaded to my channel. That video just had the bare basics of what you need to say word by word, and it was broken down in a very slow manner, and that was to help someone who's an absolute beginner who doesn't have a teacher. However, once you've got these very basics down, we need to then progress in our prayer by adding in more sunnah actions. As well as that, in the next couple of videos we're going to be focusing on the fluency of how we say the words within the prayer, because in the first video we broke it down word by word, which is not a natural way to actually do your prayer. So inshallah, if you are looking to improve on your prayer, then let's go ahead and start. And today we're going to be talking about dua al-istiftah, which is the opening dua, the opening supplication before you read the opening chapter of the Quran, which is called Suratul Fatiha in Arabic, or it's called the opening chapter in English. So let's go ahead and get started and learn how to say this dua. So when we say this particular dua, we have already started our prayer by saying Allahu Akbar, as shown in this video. Then before we seek refuge in Allah from Satan, we will read this dua. So it's in between saying Allahu Akbar and saying A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. In between these two, we say this dua. So on the screen now we have the dua in Arabic with all of the harakat, all of the tashkil. We have the transliteration, and then we have the English translation as well. So as we start, I'm going to repeat the word as slowly as I can, and I'm going to repeat it multiple times, and I would suggest that you would repeat it with me, and this will help you learn it if you don't already read Arabic. So the first word is Subhanaka. 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 Okay? Subhanaka. The next word is Allahumma. 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 When you put this together, it sounds like this. Subhanaka Allahumma. Subhanaka Allahumma. There's a letter which is omitted, which is the A in Allahumma. And when you omit that letter, it sounds like this. Subhanaka Allahumma. Subhanaka Allahumma. Subhanaka Allahumma. Wa bihamdika. Wa bihamdika. Wa bihamdika. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. وتبارك 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 اسمك اسمك اسمك. When you say these two words together, تبارك اسمك, that's what that sounds like. So you can say وتبارك اسمك if you're going to say it word by word, but you would generally say وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ وَتَعَالَى وَتَعَالَى وَتَعَالَى. So don't worry if you're new, the letter Ain is difficult to pronounce, so it sounds like this, وَتَعَالَى. So the way you'll probably pronounce it will probably sound like this, وَتَعَالَى. But you need to pronounce this letter as best as you can. Try to focus on it. Obviously, you need to learn how to read as soon as possible, and then you will learn how to pronounce the letters properly. But for now, just try to copy what I'm saying. وَتَعَالَى وَتَعَالَى وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ وَتَعَالَى جَدُّكَ جَدُّكَ جدك ولا إله ولا إله ولا إله غيرك غيرك غيرك. So this first letter is of course going to be difficult to pronounce, so don't worry about it, just try your best. the letter sounds like this. غا غا غيرك غيرك ولا إله ولا إله غيرك. So now that we've been through this dua word by word and we understand how to say each individual word, we're going to say it in a more fluent and natural way. This will take some practice, so we'll repeat it a few times. And I just want to make you aware that we'll be dropping some of the case endings, as is normal in Arabic. When you stop on a word, generally you don't pronounce the final vowel. So what that means is, for example, if you were saying Subhanaka, Subhanaka, listen to the ka, okay? But if we were to stop on that word, then we would generally say Subhanak without pronouncing the a on ka. Subhanaka, Subhanak. Okay? So when we say wa bihamdika, we're going to say wa bihamdik. Jadduka, we can say jadduk. And when we say ghayruka, we'll just say ghayruk. Okay, so let's get started with the first two words. Subhanaka Allahumma. Subhanaka Allahumma. Subhanaka Allahumma. وبحمدك 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 سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. So we're going to make a pause here and let's make a line there and then move forward. So first of all, practice Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Okay, now let's move forward to the next place where we will pause, which is وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ. So to start from the beginning, we have two pauses now. So we're going to say Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik وَتَبَارَكَ اسْمُكَ سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى وتعالى جدك جدك وتعالى جدك وتعالى جدك وتعالى جدك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله ولا إله ولا إله غيرك غيرك ولا إله غيرك ولا إله غيرك. To make this seem less overwhelming, we're breaking it down into a number of pauses. So the first one will be Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Wa tabaraka ismuk. Wa tabaraka ismuk. And then we'll say the two together. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Wa tabaraka ismuk. وتعالى جدك وتعالى جدك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله غيرك ولا إله غيرك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك وَلَا إِلَهَ غَيْرُكَ. So I know that if you're a beginner, this probably seems very overwhelming. So the first thing that I would recommend is that you need to learn to read Arabic. The interesting thing to know is that the process of learning to read the Arabic language and read the Quran can be separated from learning the actual language itself. And the reason it is important is because it's much easier to just simply learn to read words without having to understand the actual meaning of those words. And obviously it's much quicker to learn to read the language than to learn the entire language itself. So with that being said, it is possible to learn to read Arabic in just a matter of months. So I would highly encourage you to find a teacher online or at your local masjid who can teach you how to read the Arabic language and read the Quran specifically. The next thing is that learning something like this to a newcomer will not come overnight. It's going to take persistence and it's going to take patience. It's going to take repetition. So I encourage you to continue with that and make dua that Allah will make this easy for you. And I hope that this video has helped you by the will of God. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.